Yeah, our guys don't have quit. They continue to try to grow and learn, in this young season as a young team, many of them playing their major first college minutes. So they've been very responsive. When we tell them to try to do something, they're giving effort. Our team does not lack effort. But we've got to find ways to make those stretches of good minutes longer. We really made our run at the end of the first half. We're able to close that gap, cut it to 10. I think we had it to as low as 9 at one point. But, like I told the guys after the game's 40 minutes, right? It's not a stretch of good plays here or a stretch of, better plays there or hustle. So we've got to find ways to grow those lengths of good minutes and then continue to, stop when it's not going well, stop the bleeding or stop the self-inflicted wounds and get the job done and turn it around when that's not going our way. Yeah, he drove the ball fearless. He looked like he was gliding. We try to talk about moving the ball, moving yourself, and then when you're catching, we want them to raise because a lot of guys want to just dribble right away, and that's not the best way to attack. So he does a great job at raising, reading the defense, and then using the defender's body position against him. But he caught the ball in transition. He was flying around, trying to give some good energy to his teammates, and I was very pleased with what Nate did. Yeah, big minutes from both those guys. CJ's shooting is continuing to improve. On the ball defender, he's tenacious. We put him against Matt Cackleries for DeSales, who is a very good guard. And, he was able to speed him up a little bit and try to get him out of his comfort zone sometimes. So we love CJ's defense. And when he's knocking down shots and, being a point guard out there, he was doing some really nice things in the press as well and that front part. And then Thomas did a great job. He had some big minutes off the bench, and then we called his number and we got one of their shot blockers in the air, and rather than go up and get the and one like Thomas is capable, he kind of shifted to the left and made the shot harder. And then when I addressed it with him in private, that's when he really went on his run, and we called his number a couple times to see some mismatches we thought we could get plays for, and he got some big and ones and big plays for us. So I want both those guys to continue to grow and play confident because we're going to really rely on them after Thanksgiving break. What we need to get better at, we need to clean up knowing other teams' personnel. Tonight we had explicit instructions, and there was a lot of breakdowns. Simple things like going under screens or over screens. That's the difference in Dat Lambert going 6 for 9 from 3 when he's a shooter, and we all know he's a shooter. And a variety of their guys got going because they had their feet set and were left open on defensive breakdowns. So knowing personnel, we give them a detailed scouting report every single game, and we want to make sure that those things are being executed or at least attempted to be executed, right? And we've got guys bought in, and I really like our team. So this is something, again, that we're learning. Our energy also has to be better for longer. We've got to continue to believe in each other, continue to pick each other up when we need help, and just rely on being a team and having that high energy. I mean, that's the way we want to play. And I also felt like we've gotten away from our fast break the last 2 games. We've been very good at fast breaking, and we had guys visibly confused, visibly not running to their positions, and we don't run complicated stuff on our break. But it was a little too much dribble the ball up the floor, slow, rather than sprinting the floor, throwing it ahead, finding the things that we're looking for to try to score quick in transition. So when you can manufacture some quick transition buckets, that takes the pressure off of having to execute in the half court and really make plays. DeSales is undefeated for a reason. Okay, there's not anybody that they've played yet who's come out on the winning side, and that's, because they do things the right way. They do things with high energy. They're incredibly tough. They are incredibly tough. There was more than a handful of times that they out-toughed us in big moments, and we've got to figure out how to out-tough our opponents. But again, our guys are resilient. We had a great talk. Nobody hung their head in the locker room after a tough. If you read it in the newspaper, it looks like. But we were in it. We were in it, and it got away from us. Later in the second half, they shot the ball very well. It felt like 4 or 5 times in a row, they just broke the pressure, found a shooter in the corner, and different guys were making it. So, again, credit to them, and we will continue to fight to get better, and I'm confident that we will get there. We will absolutely get there.